Ester hydrolysis. There are 8 kinds of mechanism to hydrolyze any ester. These are 4 hydrolysis mechanism where acyl bond becomes cleaved, and these are 4 mechanisms where alkyl bond cleaved. Now see what happens when an ester hydrolyzed. Carboxylic acid and alcohol, these are two products when one ester becomes hydrolyzed. And this hydrolyzed can be done with acid or base. But from acid to alcohol, ester formation can be done with only acid. So there are 8 mechanisms for ester hydrolysis, but there are only 4 mechanisms for ester formation. Now see what is acyl bond and alkyl bond. This one is acyl group, so this bond is called acyl bond. And this one is alkyl group, so this bond is called alkyl bond. If this center is stereocenter, if this R2 center is stereocenter, then after acyl bond cleavage, retention will take place on the stereocenter because there is no effect on stereocenter. But after alkyl bond cleavage, there will be effect, and this stereocenter there will be inversion. These are the 8 shorthand notation used by scientists in gold to explain 8 different kinds of mechanism of ester hydrolysis. Now just see what's the meaning of this shorthand notation. This first bold letter B or A means is it a base catalyzed or acid catalyzed reaction, and this AC or AL, it means in this mechanism will there be acyl bond cleavage or alkyl bond cleavage, and the last one 1 or 2 means will the ester hydrolysis mechanism be unimolecular or bimolecular. Now see first one mechanism, that is AAC1 mechanism. This is the most important mechanism because these kinds of statically hindered ester cannot be hydrolyzed with normal laboratory conventional methods. So this method was discovered by scientist Newman. We have to hydrolyze this ester with 99% sulfuric acid, 99% concentrated sulfuric acid, and then pouring into ice cold water. We'll hydrolyze this ester. Now see what's the mechanism. First, H plus adds to the ester, and after that, acyl ion forms, and this is the RDA step. And we can see in RDA step, the ester only depends on substrate. So the rate is also depends on substrate and it becomes an unimolecular reaction. And here also acyl bond becomes cleaved, so it is AAC1 process. That is acid catalyzed acyl bond cleavage and unimolecular reaction. Here acyl ion intermediate formed after water addition on acyl ion, then the acid will form. And remember this mechanism only for very sterically hindered ester, not for any kind of ester. Now see BAC1 mechanism, that is base catalyzed acyl bond cleavage unimolecular reaction. We can see the mechanism here. First base adds to ketone, first base adds to carbonyl group, and initially it's not RDS step, the second step is RDS, so the reaction rate does not depends on base and reaction rate becomes unimolecular. Now see BAC2 mechanism. There is a similarity between BAC1 and BAC2, only the difference is the RDS step. Here second step is RDS and here first step is RDS, because BAC2 mechanism will operate on those esters where there will be some statically hindered group on acyl side. For this reason, base easily cannot attack on the ketone moiety, on the carbonyl moiety, and the first step becomes RDS step. That is, first step becomes slow step because statically hindered position and base cannot attack here. First step becomes slow, and so these reactions become unimolecular. that is depends on base as well as substrate. After that the mechanism is clear. Here similar mechanism like BaC1. Now see AaC2 mechanism. Here first H plus, that is acid, attracts by this base oxygen. After that water addition, and the RDS step is this one, where rate depends on acid. Sorry, RDS step is this one. Yes, this one, where rate depends on acid as well as substrate. And after that the conventional way happens and ester gets hydrolyzed. And this is AaC2 means acid catalyzed acyl bond cleavage bimolecular reaction. Bimolecular means because this one is the RDS step, for which the rate depends on substrate as well as acid. That is, here water is used, but water, and you can just assume that water is H3O plus and it represents acid. Now see BAL2 mechanism. This mechanism, here we can see this is the RDS step, where alkyl bond gets cleaved, and the RDS step is that step where base attacks the alkyl group, and the rate depends on substrate as well as base. You can see the mechanism: base catalyzed alkyl bond cleavage bimolecular reaction. After that we will see AL2 mechanism, that is acid catalyzed alkyl bond cleavage bimolecular reaction. Here this one the RDS step, where simultaneously oxygen attracts H plus and another alkyl oxygen throws its lone pair, and this happens simultaneously, for which this rate depends on substrate as well as H plus, and the whole reactions become bimolecular. After that water will add to the alkyl group, and you can see the mechanism here. Now see BAL1 mechanism, base catalyzed alkyl bond cleavage unimolecular reaction. These kinds of reaction will happen only for those substrate where in alkyl side there will be a bulky group, that is which can stable the carbocationic form. We can see first RDS step, the first step, the RDS step, and where this bond gets cleaved initially because the stability of this carbocation. After that water gets added, and product will form, that is acid will form. It's also base catalyzed. Sorry, this one is not base catalyzed. uh, Here will be written base and base catalyzed, but here I have shown mistakenly base acid. There will be, here will be base. After that all mechanism is okay, but here will be base. Now CAL1 mechanism. Here, that is unimolecular reaction, alkyl bond cleavage, acid catalyzed, all things are same. As it is unimolecular reaction, so you can see the second step is RDS step, where rate doesn't depends on acid, and all other things are same. Okay, these are 8 kinds of mechanism by which an ester can get hydrolyzed.